With the glasses of the new gods on his face, he saw the snake in its essence. Its black heart, its cunning mind, its contempt for the last remaining humans. Tao approached silently, his heart and his temples, his eyes wide, his hand clutching the locket of his father. And he thought of his father then. He thought of the man dead, thought of the futility of death. And he closed his eyes and screamed and brought the sword down with such power that it struck a grating chord out into the rain and rang all the way back to the mountain's base. He opened his eyes. The snake was gone. Tao turned around to the old woman. "Where did he go? Did you see him?" "No," said the old woman. "I didn't see him, because he doesn't exist." The rain was getting heavier. Tao stood silently in his armor. The old woman said, "Did you really think there was some evil snake on a mountain bringing death and misery into the village? Did you really think the world was so simple that only one thing is responsible for all the bad days? God, what is it with you lot? You have everything, you know that? And you spit on it like living in some enormous mansion. And one day, you'll find a chipped brick, so you burn the whole damn house down. You've got everything down there. I gave you everything. Endless food, endless life, and you're still miserable. Shit, do you know how difficult it is playing deity? I'd give anything just to give up knowing everything." And on the skyline appeared shimmering and translucent buildings, high technology and science. "They got everything they wanted, your ancestors," the old woman said. And they still weren't happy. The snake's still there, misery, chaos, and death. They tried sending it away with perfect knowledge. They tried killing it with ultimate power. They tried forgetting it with abandon. They tried living longer. They tried clinging to each other. The spectacle, sword, tankard, armor, and necklace. They looked about under rocks then, in holes, but the snake wasn't there. He must have gone further up. And so they climbed and climbed and climbed and found nothing. It was just them in the universe, and they were still miserable. So the new gods are all gone now, all except me. And your species is gone too, now. All except your village, the old mode of living. I keep you lot around because it's a nice souvenir to how we were once. I'm sorry your father is gone. I'm sorry you'll never see him again. But there's a whole village down there of people who love you. And here you are, screaming at the wind on a fucking mountain. Bad things happen, and the reasons for them are complicated. There is no snake, no witch, no evil genius, and there'll never come a time where everything lasts forever, and nothing hurts again. But the strength is in taking a good look into the abyss, into the eyes of the snake, and then choosing to still be a good human. Even in the face of great uncertainty and malice, and that day when everything will be gone forever. It's not gone yet. It won't be, for ages. Don't waste your time on snakes and windmills. Say goodbye. She took the jam jar out of Tao's satchel and gave it to him. She put her arm around his shoulder. Slowly, Tao opened the jar, and the wind took the ashes of his father and flung them out over the mountain. And in the last light of dusk, they were not unlike a million tiny meteorites, all done with being cosmic and bound for the everyday ground. The old woman said, "Your species, mine once too. We must be the only creatures allergic to happiness. We ruled the galaxy a long time ago, and still quibbled over who got more ice cream for dessert. Still wanted to pretend we didn't come from the mud. Still couldn't accept that meaning and solace aren't to be found in the heavens, but in the trenches of everyday living. We'll know everything, and then we'll be okay. We'll kill everything, and then we'll be okay. We'll forget everything, and then we'll be okay. We'll live forever, and then we'll be okay. We'll cling to everyone, and then we'll be okay." And even then, we weren't okay, because that's not how the game works. Go home, Tao. Don't try to be a hero or a sage or a warrior. Just exist for a while and be decent. That's heroism enough. That's how it's always been done. Hey, you want to keep the glasses and sword and tankard and armor? You can rule the world if you like. No, Tao said. Good choice. Tao said, Am I the first from the village to come up after the snake? Boy, the old woman said, everyone from the village came up, one by one. I gave them all the same treatment, and they all went down, even your father. God, he asked a lot of stupid metaphysical questions. I can see where you get it. You're the last one to come up here, so go home, be human. The universe doesn't give a shit about you. Your village, your family, me, we do. Remember your dad. Love him always. God knows he loved you. And come up here anytime you like, and we'll hang out and remember him together. Tao took off the glasses and the armor and the tankard and laid the sword down on the ground. Can I keep the necklace? He said. Of course, she said. And the memories, they will always be yours too. The curtain of ashes was gone now. The sky was clear and fine. He set off, back down the last mountain, bound for the last village. It would not be a difficult walk, and even if it were, he thought, he would not mind so much now. It would give him time to remember.